Hey guys, Jack here, bringing you my first impressions and thoughts on the Battlefield 4 single player gameplay we've seen in the last couple of days. Now I've got your attention. Before I start, I want to hear your thoughts on the video. Let's get a little discussion going on in the comments. Did you think it was awesome? Did you think it was average? Is this just Battlefield 3.5, or is this something completely new that you're looking forward to? Whatever you think, I'll be checking the comments and responding, so let's have a go at it. Right. So I was lucky enough to see this in Stockholm on the 26th in a massive theatre with a kick-ass sound system. It was just unbelievable. And when it was played, I tried to look out for all of the important things that we all care about. My initial impressions were as follows. So this is literally the stuff that I thought as soon as I'd seen the video, my first thoughts, my overall impressions of the game. I think that graphically it's definitely an improvement on BF3. There is no more blue tint from what I can see. That has gone as far as I can tell. And because of that, the game looks much more sharp and vivid. Definitely a step in the right direction in my opinion. The lighting, as you would expect, was fantastic, and although we do see the sun a couple of times in the video, it looks like it's been toned down a little bit for BF3. DICE obviously are listening to us, but no idea whether it's going to be the same in the multiplayer component. The thing that I liked most about the demo though was the interaction between the characters. It reminded me a lot of Bad Company 2 in some ways. Most of the interaction with the NPCs in Battlefield 3 single player took place during the cutscenes, but for BF4 it looks like they've gone back to that Bad Company 2 style and included all that stuff whilst you're playing the game, so it's all live and you're sort of there, you know, involved with it all. It just makes the whole experience much more believable and engaging. Definitely an improvement in the characters and writing there from what I could tell. They're obviously creating a story here that revolves around the characters and the human drama in the war themselves rather than the politics surrounding it. The start of the gameplay looks very similar to Battlefield 3, methodical room clearing with bubbles of action and then slower paced sections as the characters progress through the level. You've got the obvious stuff which people notice, like the dual sights that the character used on the weapon. You know, he switches between the 3.4 sight and then the iron sights from what I can tell. And I definitely think that that's something we're going to see transfer across to multiplayer, and I think, me personally, that would be a very welcome addition. In the middle of the demo we get to see a much larger open space, and this is where DICE are trying to change things up in single player a little bit. After we saw the demo at the theatre, Carl Magnus Trodson and Lars Gustafsson, I apologise if I pronounced those incorrectly, those two came on stage to talk about their vision for Battlefield 4. And they said that their goal is to try and make those epic only in Battlefield multiplayer moments available to you in the single player. So give the player a massive playground and offer them multiple solutions to problems, just like you can in the multiplayer. There's always different ways to get around a problem. These choices, however, seem firmly grounded in the action decisions that you take. They're not trying to push for story branching per se, so most of your gameplay choices won't have an effect on the outcome of the game, it seems. As an example, the player doesn't get the choice to not cut off Dunn's leg in this scene. It's just cut the leg off or fail, basically. In the case of the demo, here you can see that the player orders his squad to suppress the enemies whilst he blows up some cover and flanks them. They call this the engage feature. When he calls in the helicopter, they call it the super engage feature. Yeah, there you go. Are we going to see that squad order mechanic transfer across to the multiplayer too, or is that just going to be the spotting? So instead of just spamming Q to spot things without a penalty, is it going to be a bit more risky now? You know, you lose control of your weapon for a few seconds in the single player, so you are taking a risk, and I think it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. Later on in the demo you get these crazy Michael Bay moments going on. Obviously these are all sort of on rails with not much control for the player, which is a little uninspired, but damn, they look really nice. Very cinematic. Battlefield 4 is obviously a beautiful game. I love this scene in particular. We also got to see the new social elements that are being implemented into the game. You can see these in the top right hand corner where he seemingly beats his friend's top score, for example. DICE obviously want to add more replayability to the single player campaign in that respect, trying to add the social aspects of multiplayer into the campaign. Overall, I was impressed with the single player demo, but I wasn't blown away. Part of that though is because I don't really care much for Battlefield single player. I'm just being honest. For me and for most others with Battlefield, it's all about the multiplayer experience. But at the same time, you can't take away the effort and the love that DICE are obviously putting into the single player. I definitely got the feeling that they're getting better at telling stories, but the single player to me felt like innovation and evolution rather than a completely new game. But I reckon that hopefully we're going to see multiplayer around Gamescom in August this year, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Just one more thing before I finish off. When Carl Magnus Trodson came on stage at the theatre, he mentioned that jet skis, rib boats and new attack boats will feature in the multiplayer, so I definitely think that we're going to see some epic aircraft carrier assaults in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys. As soon as I get more info on the game, I shall send it forth in your general direction. Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Were you impressed? Were you unimpressed? Let's have a little chat about it. Give me a rating if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.